Hello friends. I'm Dr. Vinayak M. Naik, Government Arts and Science College, Karwar. I'm going to explain isomerism in coordination compounds. You already studied the topic of isomerism in organic compounds. So organic compounds, exhibit isomerism, but not inorganic compounds except coordination compounds. First of all, you know that what is isomerism and why coordination compounds exhibit isomerism and what are the major types of isomerism. Let's come to the first point, isomerism. The word isomerism is coined from two Greek words. One is isos, means that same, and another one is meros, means that parts. That is, isomers means that same parts. Isomerism is the phenomenon in which more than one coordination compounds having the same molecular formula but have different physical and chemical properties due to different arrangement of ligands around the center metal atom or ion. The coordination compounds exhibit isomerism because you know that the bond present between the center metal atom or ion and ligand is a coordinate bond, and this bond is a directional in nature. Due to directional nature of the bond, the coordination compounds exhibit isomerism like organic compounds. Organic compound means covalent compounds made up of covalent bonds. Covalent bonds are also a directional in nature. Inorganic compounds, ionic compound, except coordination compound. Inorganic compound, ionic compounds made up of ionic bond, which is a non-directional in nature. Now let's come to the types of isomerism. There are two main types of isomerism. One is structural and second one is the stereoisomerism. Structural isomerism arises due to the difference in the structures of the coordination compounds. Stereoisomerism arises in the different spatial arrangement of the ligands around the center metal atom or ion. In this video, I am going to explain mainly on structural isomerism, and in the next video I am going to explain stereoisomerism. First, let's come to the what is meant by structural isomerism. Coordination compounds with the same molecular formula but have different connections among their constituent atoms are called structural isomers or constitutional isomers, and the phenomenon is called structural isomerism, and it is further classified into four types. One is ionization isomerism, second one is hydrate isomerism, third one is linkage isomerism, and fourth one is a coordination isomerism. So these four types of isomerism I am going to discuss with you one by one. Let's take first one, ionization isomerism. What is meant by ionization isomerism? Two complexes or coordination compounds have the same molecular formula or chemical composition, but they give different ions in aqueous solutions. Such complexes are called ionization isomers, and the phenomenon is called as a ionization isomerism. So ionization isomers means they give the different ions in aqueous solutions, and it arises due to exchange of anions from the coordination sphere and the counter ions. And this type of isomerism mainly observed in cationic complexes but not in anionic complexes or neutral complexes. You know that in cationic complexes the counter ion present in the anions, the exchange of anions from the coordination sphere and the counter ion, so it leads to this type of isomerism. Let's take the good examples related to ionization isomerism. In the first example, that is the chromium complex I have taken here. In this chromium complex, CrNH3 4 times ClBr NO2 and CrNH3 4 times ClNO2 Br. So in first complex, so NO2, it is a counter ion, whereas in second complex Br minus is the counter ion. So when these two complexes give different ions in aqueous solutions, and the first complex, it gives free nitrite ion, and that can be tested or detected by using Browning test. And the second one is free bromide ion. It also can be detected by using AgNO3. You know that by adding AgNO3 you will get a pale yellow precipitate, that is the formation of AgBr. Let's come to the second example. I have taken a cobalt complex. CONH3 5 times Br SO4 and CONH3 5 times SO4 Br. So in first complex, sulfate is the anion, counter ion, and the second complex Br is the counter ion. The exchange of counter ions, let us see. So the first complex in aqueous solution, it gives free sulfate ion, whereas the second complex gives free bromide ion in aqueous solutions. The presence of the sulfate ion in solution can be detected by using barium chloride. You know that by adding barium chloride you will get a white precipitate of barium sulfate. That indicates the presence of free sulfate ion in the solution. And second complex, it gives as usual pale yellow PPT of AgBr with AgNO3. That indicates the presence of bromide in the free state in aqueous solutions. Move on to the second type, hydrate isomerism. So what is hydrate isomerism? Two complexes have the same molecular formula or same composition, but they contain different number of water molecule as ligand or water of hydration. Such complexes are called hydrate isomers, and the phenomenon is called as hydrate isomerism. So here very important thing is, in this particular type of isomers, water is one of the main point of species considered to be in discussion, and if it is present within the coordination sphere, it acts as ligand. Present outside the sphere, it acts as a water of crystallization or water of hydration. Let's take example number 1, CrCl36H2O. This shows 4 different isomers. So let's see in the table the first complex, that is CrH2O 6 times Cl3. Cl3 is outside the sphere. So in first complex, all 6 water molecules act as ligands. Go to the second, 5 molecules of water acts as ligands and 1 molecule of water acts as water of hydration. And go to the third, 4 molecules of water acts as ligands and 2 molecules of water acts as water of hydration. And pass on to the fourth one, in which 3 molecules of water acts as a ligand and 3 molecules of water acts as a water of hydration. The first complex, it gives 3 free chloride ions. Second gives 2 free chloride ions, and the third one complex gives 1 free chloride ion. And all these 3 complexes give AgNO3 test, but last one not gives AgNO3 test because of no free chloride ions. And the first complex, it gives a maximum quantity of the precipitate. So based on that only you can conclude that the presence of the 3 free chloride ions. And the third complex gives minimum quantity of the precipitate of AgCl with AgNO3. It confirms that the presence of 1 free chloride ion. And the first complex, it contains totally 4 ions. 1 is complex ion and 3 chloride ions. And the second complex, it contains 3 ions. 1 is complex ion and 2 chloride ions. And third complex contains 1 complex ion and 1 chloride ion. So number of ions decreases from first complex to third complex. So that conductance value of the solution of this complex also decrease in the same manner. In the sense, the first complex gives maximum conductance and the third complex gives a minimum conductance value, whereas fourth is a non-conductor, non-electrolyte. Similarly, you can see the a few more examples. So COCl3 6H2, just I am changed the center metal only. So in previous example, chromium I had taken here the cobalt. So like that, you can write the so many example related to hydrate isomerism. Move on to the third one, linkage isomerism. This type of isomers arises when an ambidentate ligand is bonded to the center metal atom or ion through either of its two different donor atoms. So here question arises, ambidentate ligand. What is an ambidentate ligand? Ambidentate ligand is ligand which contain more than one donor atoms, but it donates one pair of electrons to the center metal atom or ion during complexation. Ambidentate ligands are strictly, you say that, monodentate ligands. They contain, of course, more than one donor atom, but all the donor atom not participated in bonding with the center metal atom or ion. The good examples for ambidentate ligands are Cn minus. In a Cn minus, carbon or nitrogen acts as the donor atoms. Similarly, SCN minus, thiocyanate ion. SCN minus, in which sulfur and nitrogen both acts as donor atoms. And NO2 minus, NO2 minus, in which nitrogen and oxygen acts as donor atoms. So these are the best examples in your study part as ambidentate ligands. Please keep in mind Cn minus, SCN minus, NO2 minus. So any one of this ligand comes in the ligand part, then that complex it shows linkage isomerism. Let's take one good example. I mentioned one example here, cobalt amine nitride complex. And you see in two structures I am given in below in the slide. In the below structures, in first structure of the complex, the nitrite ion is bound to the metal atom or metal ion, that is cobalt 3 plus, through a nitrogen atom. Whereas in the second structure of the complex ion, the nitrite ion is bonded to the center metal ion, that is CO3 plus, through a oxygen atom. So here is the donor atoms of the ambidentate ligands are different. That only the changes you'll observe in between two structures of the linkage isomers. Similarly, you see that so many examples related to linkage isomerism. Passing to the fourth one, the last one under structure isomerism. This type of isomers arises in the Cornish compounds having both the cation and anion as complex ions. The interchange of one or more ligands between the cationic and anionic coordination entities result in different isomers. For example, in the Cornish compound, I taken CONS3 6 times, CrCN 6 times. You know that the first part of that complex is the cationic part, and the second part consists the anionic part of the complex. The ligand ammonia and cyanide were bound respectively to the cobalt and chromium in the complex. The interchange of these two ligands result CrNS3 6 times, COCN 6 times. Just to see the entire complex is somewhat reversed. The interchange of the ligands, all ligands of cyanide and all ammonia ligands interchange in the cationic as well as the anionic coordination entities. That results coordination isomers. Similarly, you see that many more examples related to coordination isomerism. So based on the discussion topic, let us move on to the important questions arises in the main examinations. The examination oriented questions. Usually in Karnataka University examination paper, you'll find many times the 2 marks and the explanation regarding any one of type of structure isomerism with a good example. The first question, it is a common, usually under 2 marks it arises. And another one more possible, the question is, write the possible structure isomers of any one given complex and name the type of isomers. And in the given complex, first of all, you have to see that whether the complex containing ambident ligand or not. If it contain ambident ligand, you say that linkage isomerism. And you see that water molecule is present as a ligand or not. If water molecule present as a ligand, then it shows hydrate isomerism. If ambidentate as well as a water molecule not present in the complex, given complex, usually that complex exhibit ionization isomerism. So I given 3 example. The first example, that is second question example, that is exhibit linkage isomerism because of NO2 minus, that is nitrite ion is there, that is ambidentate ligand. So it shows 2 linkage isomers. Similarly, third question, that complex, it shows ionization isomerism because of anion exchange takes place between Cornish pair and the counter ion. And the fourth question is water molecule is there as a ligand, so that it shows hydrate isomerism. So you take water molecule out and 1 chloride inside, so that you'll write the one more structure isomer that is called as a hydrate isomer of given complex. So while writing the answer, so what is the complex given? That complex, you write it first, followed by its structural isomer. It may be ionization isomer, it may be linkage isomer, or it may be hydrate isomer. So only these 3 are the types in your syllabus at present in Karnataka University BSc semester syllabus, 5th semester syllabus. Move on to the 4 marks or 5 marks related questions. Yes, explain with examples ionization isomerism and linkage isomerism. Yes, 2 different type of isomerism usually comes under 5 marks. Similarly, another one more, possible structure isomers. Draw the possible structure isomers of a given complex and name the type of isomers and write their IUPAC name. Just you see here. So given complex, you have to write it first and then it's a structure isomer. You have to remember whatever the hints given just before. Ambident ligand there, linkage. Water molecule is there, hydrate. No water molecule or ambident ligand, it is ionization isomer. So write the structure isomer of given complex. So it carries 1 mark usually. Then type of isomers, whether it is linkage or hydrate or ionization isomer. That one point you have to mention. That carries another mark. Then write the IUPAC names of both isomers. So each one is name of the isomer, IUPAC name of the isomer carries 1 mark. So 2 marks overall. So 1 plus 1 plus 2. So usually 4 marks related question this. Move on to the CT. Some students are interested to go to higher study MSc. You have to face entrance examination. In the examination, the possible questions based on these topics are, so already these questions in previous CT papers. So which one of following the complex ion exhibit linkage isomerism? Once again, in given complexes, you have to strictly observe that the ligand part. So which complex containing ambidentate ligand? So that one exhibits linkage isomerism. So in given 4 options, the third option, yes, you see NO2 minus, that's the ambidentate ligand, and this particular complex ion shows linkage isomerism. The second question, an aqueous solution of complex gives white PPT with barium chloride. So usually barium chloride reagent is used to test sulfate ion. So free sulfatine present in aqueous solution, definitely that complex gives white PPT of barium sulfate with barium chloride. So in given four options, the second option, just you see, second complex, it gives free sulfatine in aqueous solutions because of sulfatine present outside the sphere. Move on to the third option, sulfatine is within the sphere. So this sulfatine in third option, whatever given the complex, the sulfatine is non-ionizable. The second option in which sulfatine is ionizable. So that second answer is the correct one. The third one, which one of the following complex gives the maximum quantity of the precipitate of AgCl with AgNO3? So, white PPT of AgCl with AgNO3, usually the free chloride containing complex gives white color PPT with AgNO3. So, maximum means when you get, suppose, a more number of free chlorides, then only you get the maximum quantity of PPT with AgNO3. So in given options, the first complex gives 2 chlorides and second option gives 1 chloridine and third option gives 3 chlorides and fourth option not gives any chlorides, free chlorides. The correct options for this question is C. Okay, so all the best. Thank you.